It's been about a year since the tragic loss of Nipsey Hussle. And you asked Ice Cube, how do we continue the marathon, which was Nipsey Hussle's mantra, really? I have to ask at this point, do you feel that you found that answer or you're still looking for it?
No, I think I love that slogan. I love Nipsey's slogan of, the marathon and the marathon continues, because it really is that. It's not even this, what we're in right now. It's not going to get resolved this week. We can fight for specific things this week. We can this week make a lot of noise and try to get Breonna Taylor's killers arrested. But the overall bigger problems are going to take some time, and it's going to take constant work. And so it's not, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I really think that just applies to what we're in right now. But you got to be in it. You can't start a marathon and run a mile and go get lunch. Like that's worthless.
Right.
You know
what I'm saying?
You got to start the marathon. You stay with it. You stay on. And I think we need to do that right now. And I love that. I think that's such a dope legacy that Nip leaves. Well, one part of his legacy is that. And so I think that's a way that we honor him and reminding ourselves of that, and reminding ourselves of that notion and that idea that we have to continue and keep pushing forward. And just, the fact that everything he wanted to do, and it's crazy because when somebody passes, you realize, you think you have one experience or you ever had that ever happened to you where somebody passes and you go to the funeral or the wake and you're like, oh my God, everybody's had the same experience. I just thought that they were this way with me. And then you realize these people leave a legacy, and it's fortunate that people have to die, to have that. I always say that to my friends. I'm like, we should do like those type of ceremonies when people are still alive, like a celebration of somebody's life while they're still here, because you really walk away getting to know them different. So I think when Nip died and we heard everything that everyone had to say about him, we really got to know him in a different way. So we tap into that a little bit today. We do speak to some people who knew him well. And tonight, Swiss is actually in the viewing party. Swiss tells me a story about helping Nipsey find art in his introduction to the art world, which people might not even know that he was into. And then Fab knew Nip well too. So we got into that a little bit. So, we tried to represent him in a nice way on this episode.
I'm curious, now that the season is over and, you mentioned we'll be getting another season. Who was on your bucket list for the next season of Untold Stories? I mean, who do you really, really want?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Missy Elliott, for certain, is on the top of my list of like.
You gotta get her.
I know. She doesn't do that much, and she's so there's so many things about her that are so fascinating, and she's such she's just broken so many records and so many ceilings, and so yeah, Missy for sure. Busta was on. Now Busta did my viewing party and we learned a couple of things about him, but I really want to do an episode of Busta because he's like Snoop, where it's like they're just great storytellers. Even a story about, their breakfast is interesting to me, the way that they tell it. So I think definitely I want to get Busta in the chair. Missy would be, those are probably two of the top of my list.
All right, so let me get this straight. You have your show, Untold Stories of Hip Hop, and we also get the Angie Martinez show on Power 105.1. However, you recently posted a screenshot of you starting a screenplay, I want to say. I need the scoop, Angie. What's it about? Is it, is it on your book? Is it something different? Tell me.
You know what's so crazy? I never usually like to do that. I don't like to put something out into the world that doesn't have like an ending to it or everything. But I was just so excited because it's been something that's been sitting in my computer for so long. And I like to write. I do. And I think writing my book, I wrote a memoir a few years ago, and it really like opened up this whole other side of me that I just became really interested in writing and sharing thoughts and ideas. So it's just been like a dream of mine to be able to write a script and make it actually write it and then try to make it come to fruition, which, I posted it way too early because anybody who knows that world knows it takes time. Those things take steps. You have to finish it, you have to sell it, then you have to make it, and then you have to find a place for it to live. So who knows if it'll happen this year, next year, the year after. All I know is I actually have finished. Since I posted that, by the way, I finished the script. So there is a script that is fully written that I absolutely love. And hopefully somebody will buy it and it will see the light of day. But I will say something about completing something that's on your bucket list and something you want to do is really an incredible feeling. You know what I mean? Just finishing writing it feels pretty good.
Well, listen, Angie, before I let you go, I can't have you, of all people here, and not ask you about the versus battles. They've been keeping everyone sane, or maybe even a little crazy during quarantine. And
they're so good. They're so good.
We just had Jadakiss versus Fabulous. How do you think?
So yes, Fab is on the show tonight, which was one of the things I asked Fab when we were talking. It's Fab and Swiss. They're my guests in the viewing party on this episode, this final episode. But Fab, what I didn't know is that Swiss and Timbaland really pick who battles. Like the artist kind of could say, hey, I think this person, but Swiss was like, no, I called Fab. We thought it would be a good idea because of this. It wasn't like Fab was like, hey, I've decided to battle Jadakiss. Like they really are kind of curating and really making this whole experience for everybody, which I thought was interesting. But you're going to ask me who I think should go next?
Well, I was going to say, because I feel like they're holding these. I want to see, like, what's your opinion? Who do you want to see go next?
I mean, I would love to see some more ladies. I also would like to see, you know, Swiss mentioned this earlier, one of them, and then it kind of just went away. But he talked about getting some like old school, like Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, a battle, which to me, I would be in heaven. That would be phenomenal to me. But also some more women. I mean, I loved Erica and Jill Scott's, but I'd love to see some women. I don't know who that is. Is that like Missy? It would have to be Missy, right? Because her catalog is insane. I don't know who even comes next to her. But, you know, I'd love to see Nicki in a battle. I'd love to see Kim in a battle. Maybe, you know, I think if we could figure out who the next battle of women is, that would be kind of cool and fun.
Yeah.
I would like to, you know what I would like to see? Here's a better answer.
Yeah.
I would like to see a comedy battle. Like a real life comedy battle, like Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock.
Or like Kevin Hart and Chappelle or something like that would be awesome. That's very smart. That's
right?
That's what we need, Angie. Yes. I think we can get that done.
Thought for thought, joke for joke. They could even play some of their old jokes. Like, you know, like, and explain how it came to be. I don't know. I just feel like people, first of all, if Dave Chappelle did any type of battle, I would watch it no matter who was on the other side of that. And right now, I just want to see Dave talk all the time.
Yeah.
But I think exploring different avenues like that might be fun.
Well, listen, Angie, you have a little bit more sway and influence than I do. So I say you got to make this happen for me. It's what we need in quarantine right now. Thank you so much for stopping by and giving me your time.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No, it was my pleasure.
And I can't wait to watch the finale tonight. Don't forget you can watch Untold Stories of Hip Hop Quarantine Edition featuring Swiss Beats and Fab tonight at 10/9 Central on BTV.